2. Occasionally I'd get a nice Marvel film in, but Spencer, last night I ended up watching an episode of this. Yeah, last night it was the new Dallas. Look, there's Jock Ewing, aka Paul. There's you're Miss Ellie. There's JR, he's Usheen. There's Bobby Ewing, that's Roman. Pamela Ewing, that's Nico, of course. And then Lucy Ewing, who's a complete bitch, is Tim. Yeah, what do you think? Beggars belief, doesn't it, Spencer? What goes on a Sunday night?
Doesn't stay on a Sunday night.
Were you just relaxing at home?
I was relaxing and then obviously saw all this rubbish unwind.
Yeah.
What can we say?
I've got the drinks ready for you tonight, Spence. Got them ready.
Well,
they're ready
Kaylee
for you.
bought this just in case because we don't know
Who knows how tonight's going to go.
So just in preparation.
Yeah.
I mean, probably not enough there, is there?
To be quite honest with you, I couldn't keep up with. There were so many live streams last night, and all I wanted to do was watch Spurs win again. And then I'm trying to flick on. Thorpe's got a live stream. Then there's that Australian fella. He had a live stream, and someone's stolen money from someone, and this one's doing it. And Roman Sharp is the head of a cartel, and you're selling dodgy bits and bezels.
Your name's being brought up again, left, right, centre.
I think there's one word for it all, isn't there, Spence? What's the word?
To be honest with you, with O'Shin, some of his comments, I mean, I'm just disappointed. That's all
disappointing.
I can say.
Disappointing
it's just
behaviour.
disappointing. That's all I can say. You know, but I think we got better things to talk about.
We have. But before we do that, Spence, I woke up laughing this morning when I thought about this, and I just thought, it was just Dallas all over again, wasn't it?
In the good old days.
A great old soap opera. We miss those. I mean, I don't even know how we've had ended up with a soap opera, and it's been going on for quite a long time now, isn't it?
Long time.
But to be fair,
Keeps
reoccurring. Guys, who did shoot JR? And I'm not suggesting for 1 second, obviously, that anybody should shoot Usheen, because of course they shouldn't. That'd be ridiculous. It's only a game. D-Time Love, how lovely of you to give us a super chat for 10 quid. That's really nice of you. And great to see you today, my friend. Hope everybody's having had a good weekend. And didn't get ruined by any sort of shenanigans over the weekend and certainly last night. But I'm sure plenty of you were watching. Well done, Paul Thorpe, on a great live stream. You got your moment in the sunshine.
Yeah, he handled it really well as well.
I thought he did a really, really good job of defending his friends and pretty much saying as it was in lots of different ways. And that is where we're going to end.
Can we move on to the Monday night show?
Now, welcome to Monday, everybody. Not entirely sure who's playing football. Come on, you Spurs. We had a good result this weekend, didn't we, Spence?
It was tough to watch.
We beat the third from bottom team.
I mean, it was hard.
It was hard, wasn't it?
It really was.
And they made us look very average. Yeah. Very, very average.
But you still won, no?
We won, but
3 points is 3 points.
Yeah.
You gotta take that where you can. Yeah. New store, Spencer. I popped in today. Actually, I saw.
How are the boys working? People turned up.
To be fair, well, you can see actually on the little video. There was actually nobody working today. That, my friends, is 10:30. I don't. They must have all been upstairs.
Must have been tea break.
But it's coming along.
Looks tidy though, doesn't it?
Well, it does look very, very tidy. You've got.
It's actually crazy that builders have actually managed to keep all of that tidy.
Yeah. And that's the upstairs.
Progress upstairs.
Yeah, it's all sort of coming together now, isn't it? Wow.
And yes, before anyone asks, we were supposed to be open
last week.
It was last week.
I know. But yeah, it's all coming along. Have you thought about the colour in the decor? That's going to be... I
think we got to get some walls up first.
I think you need to get a lot of stuff up. So is it now down to wiring, Spencer? Where are you at with your schedule?
Don't know. I've got to catch up on Wednesday of this week and go from there.
You've got to catch up on Wednesday of this week?
It's going to be a little bit delayed.
Come on.
I think I was, like everyone said to me, I was a little bit optimistic on the Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
That was the first date that was thrown at me. Look, it's work in progress.
Yeah.
Hopefully, say sort of the end of Feb.
I'm actually going to be going through
the end of Feb. James, what do you think?
Yeah, should be.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Remember when we asked everyone else to guess when it's going to open?
Someone said November.
Yeah, someone said 2024.
Jan 24.
Absolutely, Jan 24. I mean, I'm actually going to go through all of those, and I'm going to compile a little spreadsheet because I know you love a spreadsheet.
Have we had some dates in?
Spence loves a spreadsheet.
Loads. You love a spreadsheet, don't you, Spence?
I do like a spreadsheet.
Literally, you love a spreadsheet. Amazing, amazing stuff. Sorry, You're right there, James. We'll just carry on.
Can we get self-focusing cameras and we don't?
By
need
the way,
James?
I'd like to give a massive shout out to who would I like to give a shout out to Greggy and Ian, not just for moderating our channel, but I would have thought last night. Sorry to mention it again. They must have been rushed
I
off
think
their
they're
little
off sick
buns.
today. They're both off sick.
Can you imagine that phone call to their bosses? Lucky they don't have one this morning. I'm so sorry. I stayed up to 3 o'clock moderating
Is
someone's
that
YouTube
how long
channel.
that went on till?
Till 3 o'clock in the
I think it was
morning?
quite late. I mean, to be honest with you, I fell asleep. I text Paul. I said, I'm so sorry. I can't keep my eyes open anymore. But yeah, I think it was till very, very late. Bearing in mind, obviously, most of the streams are going on in different parts of the world. So,
Wow.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah, big shout out to them too, because
Yeah.
it must take a lot. Do you know what I mean? Because we know what they
Yeah,
do for
what-
us, and ours isn't.
What dedication.
Yeah.
Yeah, what dedication.
What lovely people.
What's on the wrist today, Kaylee?
Some bracelets.
Did you forget to wear a watch or just because you had loads in your pockets?
Yeah, I just thought.
Spencer, what you got on?
I'm back to the sub, Gav.
Well-
I have liked that Tudor, but
You wore it for all of 1
No,
hour
I
on a
wore
show
it
last
for
He
week.
wore it
Don't
though. He actually wore it for
I
a
did
couple
like
of
it.
days.
Don't lie.
but I've gone back to the good
You got
old-fashioned sub.
the good old-fashioned Submariner. Now, the title of this week's show is The Ultimate Iconic Rolex, which is very interesting because in the middle of the stream last night, Russell, the Mad Watch Collector, texted me going, "Oh, what's your show about tomorrow?" And I was like, shh, I'm watching. Trying to watch Match of the Day. Spencer, the ultimate iconic Rolex. I've asked everybody to pick out kind of like a couple of watches that to them represent their ultimate iconic Rolex. Should we start with you? Because
Sure.
you're the watchman. What have you picked out? And tell me why.
Well, probably in numbers, I mean, I did look a little while back of how many pieces. I mean, in terms of volume, this is
Yeah.
probably the most sold piece. In different dial configurations. You got that?
Yeah, I got it.
The 16233 with the probably the champagne plain dial is the most sold watch over the years. I've sold well over a couple of thousand of these pieces.
And iconic to you because the champagne colour.
It's just what was on all
The
the
bimetal.
Rolex. Yeah, the 36 mil.
But even now, though, even with the newer ones out, this is still so popular.
Let me
Like
try and
still
get
a
a little bit
popular
of a better
piece.
shot of this. There we go.
I actually think it's stunning.
But it's amazing. They've never been the number they are now. Like £6,000.
1953.
That's sub.
Yeah, no, 1953 as well. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one, aren't I? 1945.
What's 1940?
1945.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Bimetal. Date just.
Yeah.
That's when it was launched.
Oh, I see.
I
It
think-
feels like a
Spencer,
riddle.
I did.
Sorry.
I did
but
do my
hang on,
nose.
but that's
Sorry, the clue was
different-
in the year.
Sorry, different model to this.
Yes.
The earlier model.
Thank you for
with
the
different
education.
Bracelet. Yes.
Thank you for the education.
I wasn't sure if you knew that, Gav.
No,
that
I
was
just
all.
googled date just
Okay.
year of
Okay.
birth, and that's what came out.
But this was the classic of all time. This sort of date just. I mean, you
It's
also
actually a
had the
very good
steel-
entry level one. Do you not think, Spence? Like, if do you know what I mean? It is, and like Spence said, it's under. I mean, it's under 10,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
well, it's under 7. But
Yeah.
just if you wanted something for like your first Rolex, but you didn't know where to start. I mean, a lot of people do start with this in particular.
But you
piece.
do see the difference now over the years of something with a really nice style, the condition, the bracelet, the papers.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different scenarios with the watch.
I mean, to be fair, your second watch is, of course,
Yeah,
must be,
sub.
has to be Submariner. Let's have. Sorry, James, just broke your set. What's a Submariner? Now it's interesting.
6610.
Now, would you have picked a Submariner if I hadn't picked what I'd picked? That's one of my sort of questions.
In what way?
In other words,
What do
I picked before you, so you couldn't pick.
I
What
just
picked.
think I've always said to everyone, if you were going to have one watch for life, for me it's got to be a black sub date.
Yeah.
Yeah. One watch for life. That's it. I mean, we do
think
talk
so.
about this quite a lot.
Without spending fortunes, just that's an everyday you can wear anywhere. You don't worry too
Yeah.
much about it. It's not too flash. You can wear it with the suit. You can wear it in the gym. I just think that's the piece.
Now, Rolex Submariner, there's the whole discrepancy over whether it was a 53 or 54, but we're going with the 53.
Yeah, 100%.
If you Google it, it says 54 launched to the public, but obviously...
But it was actually in anywhere I've looked, it's 50. Well, that's again. Otherwise, how did they have the 50th anniversary?
Absolutely.
Wonderful 610 LV in 2003.
Yeah.
It was 40. If you go on 54, the watch was 49 years. So it can't be.
So it just can't be.
It can't be. No.
Guys, in the comments, I'd love to know what you think your ultimate iconic Rolex is. Pop it in the comments. Let's have a little look, see what you've all got to say for yourself tonight, other than just ignoring us and just talking about all of last night's shenanigans. Kaylee, what have you picked out as your ultimate iconic Rolex?
Okay.
So I can see one's quite low key and sensible, and the other one's just you're a billionaire.
What's the first one we picked out, Kaylee?
This is the normal. This is the sensible.
This is the billionaire one.
This is the billionaire. Oh, this is the normal one.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's have a little look.
But as well, Gav, if you notice on that after you take it off the stand, how that's got a flip lock.
Yep.
So again, Explorers never used to have. Used to just be the standard clasp.
You're just going to
You're
stop
right
there. Well,
No, I was just looking.
my mic's
I
had a
thought your
droopy
mic-
moment. It's dropped.
I
to the,
thought
it's
your
dropped on
mic
the
had
table.
broken. That was why.
If you heard a little pop, then it's just literally popped onto the. I don't know what's going on here.
But the Explorer, yeah, how they've introduced the Oyster lock on the clasp on that.
Yeah.
On the later one.
Let's have a little look. And of course, if we look back, I found this, Spencer. Google's an amazing thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it seems to be working
It
nowadays.
does, doesn't it? Tell you what, I wouldn't be short of Google shares. What do you make of all this AI stuff, Spencer? You've been.
Oh, I've seen some. of
Have
it.
you had a little
It's
play with
ridiculous.
it?
Yeah.
Kaylee,
you
you
on
had a little
about?
play with your AI?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Artificial
AI.
intelligence.
Yes.
I haven't got
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Whatever
Chat
that means.
GPT and all this sort of stuff.
Amazing. Amazing.
GTG. Got to
It
go.
is literally. I'm just going to diverse a little bit, but isn't it incredible what's going on in the world now? So
But the
basically,
how you can just write contracts.
what you can just do
everything.
absolutely everything. And just so you know, I mean, just one for the future is that what you can do is you can ask ChatGPT to, let's say, please write me a 5-minute YouTube presentation about Rolex watches. And then it sends that to you. And then you take it and you pop it into another bit of AI with a talking face, and a presenter pops in and does all the chat on it with a voiceover. And then you put it into another one and say, give me all of B-roll of cutaways of, and then all of a sudden, within half an hour, you've got a whole video. In fact, I think that would be a really good competition for us to have with Paul, with Russell, with Tim, with many other YouTubers who can make the best 5-minute AI video using AI.
Is that what Simon showed us the other week?
Yeah.
Ah.
Should we do that? Shall I try that for next week?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I like a project.
Paul will need a few. I think give Paul
Yeah,
sort of
Paul.
8 weeks.
Paul, we need to have a little chat about this AI thing, because if once I show you AI, that's it. You're going to be
Blown
all
away.
over that bad boy. Exactly. So the Explorer. Back to the Explorer. The Explorer, 1953.
Okay. Same time as Sub.
I thought you could say same time as Paul.
No, Paul was earlier.
Paul was earlier. Paul must be knackered. He's not used to late nights like that, is he? He's usually having a little rum, heading off to bed. Russell, good evening. Hope you are well. Russell, did you see my intro? Paul would never get it, old watch lady. You're absolutely right, 100%. Right, so when we talk iconic, this for me,
But Kaylee, the only question I'll
definitely
throw
up
here
there.
is not iconic
What are you on about?
because it's too new.
what's too new?
This.
What do you mean it's too new? Or Daytona's too new?
No, but I think you go for more of a classic Daytona.
I have to
No, Gav? Do you not think?
disagree.
Kaylee's going to disagree.
No, but I thought you meant
I
iconic
do get
as
what
in
you mean, like maybe
through
like a
the
Zenith one or
years.
something.
Perhaps, but we can only take what's in the drawers, Spencer.
Yeah,
And we
so-
decided
What I haven't got-
decided not to take platinum Daytonas.
No, but
we
I've
decided
got the
not to
earlier.
take.
I thought iconic.
Oh, you mean like a 16520?
Correct.
Oh,
I think
fine.
I mean something that's been about for longer. That is
Right.
my only thing.
Something like that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there you go. A bit of magic, Spence, and we've AI'd it on the screen.
There we go.
Yeah, a bit of artificial
No, I do
intelligence.
get what you mean. I do understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as a watch itself, Spencer, functionality-wise, do you ever use any of it? Ever? Does anybody ever use
No one
any of the
uses-
buttons
no.
on a Daytona? The Cosmograph?
No.
No, I didn't think so. Guys, what do you think about that? Daytona, is that the iconic piece?
Daytona and Sub, probably, I'd say.
Well, We're getting
Sorry.
there. Maybe we'll let the viewers vote at the end of this. Let's pop that in there. My first choice. Kaylee, you want to give me the GMT?
That was on your hit list, isn't it, Gav?
Spencer, it is very much on my hit
The
list.
Pepsi or the Coke?
Coke. It's very, very much on my hit list.
Always the Coke.
If these watches go down 25%, I might be in the market for one. Where are we getting to with these now? 10s, 12s, 15s?
Yeah, listen, I mean, it's still, as Spencer always
Down to
says,
year
it's
and
still a
condition.
vintage piece. So it's always... the
14s,
market isn't really
16s. Yeah.
affecting it, really.
For me, a great condition GMT Coke says Rolex.
Yeah.
Even over and above, for me, a Daytona, which I think is still iconic. And I think if you are going to have a collection, to have an older piece in your collection,
I think it's
have a
nice to
GMT.
have a few of the different GMTs.
Yeah.
I was thinking it's nice to have a
personally-
few different vintage pieces.
Yeah. I personally a Pepsi, Pepsi,
Interesting.
the blue and red.
Well, if you think that, why didn't you bring one in?
No, because I haven't got one at the minute, the older version like that.
Yeah.
No, of the two, like you said there, the Coke, I just think of the older,
Yeah.
it seems to stand out more to me, the Pepsi.
Yeah. Do you know what, actually, Gav? It's
Yeah.
kind of off topic, but kind of what Spencer's going on about now. We had a customer come in today who looked at a Batgirl and a Pepsi, and he was really torn, wasn't he, Spence, between them. He really didn't know which one to buy, because they are different, but they are the same.
But it's the new version.
But yeah, the new
It's that-
version.
the 1267 10s.
Uncle Jonga says Pepsi, the icon of the GMT range.
Yeah, you agree.
But it's not to say if you like the Coke, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, Gav.
Thank you very much,
Spencer.
Spencer.
Nothing wrong with it.
Thank
Like,
you.
it's your choice.
You sound like my therapist. There's not, if Gavin, if that's your choice in life, there's
That's it.
nothing wrong with that. It's your life and you can live it. If you want to add another BMX to your lounge and feel like a child, and then
you
add
do
ano-
that.
And then
How
You
many
do
do you
you.
have now?
I have two in the lounge. I'm just about perhaps to secure another one. I
You're at 3.
I finally found a PK Ripper that I want to buy.
Say something.
Kaylee, Google it. And I've now found a slot machine, a fruit machine, that I think I'd like to add as well.
So
By
you
the
got
way,
three bikes.
House parties at yours would be a great idea.
What? Wheelies?
House parties.
Endos?
You
Yeah.
know something though, I love.
Greggy wants to have a go.
I love things like this because that way, when I want to add to my motorbike collection,
You don't feel bad.
I go to Michelle. But Gavin's got 3 bikes as well. and
Gav's
like,
got 3 BMXs that don't add up to
And
one
a
of your
fruit
motorbikes.
machine.
And a fruit machine.
Meanwhile, I was with someone the other week, went out on a little motorbike ride,
Yeah.
and apparently this guy has got 107 motorbikes.
Spencer was like,
107
I'll have
motorbikes.
108.
Seriously, that's
I
like
said-
the Pepsi challenge to you,
I
isn't
said,
it?
I just want to meet him because it just makes my life easier. That 3 isn't that
Yeah.
many. 107.
That
Spencer,
is,
is that all you've got is 3?
I've only got 3.
You're not even in the game,
I
are
know.
you? I bet even
I know.
Paul's got
He's
more.
a- yeah.
Paul's got more than you. I don't think it's bad to have toys and bits and pieces and little gizmos and gadgets. I'm full of all rubbish. I bought 3 pairs of trainers this week. I still call them trainers.
3?
Everybody else...
Which ones?
So I bought there was a Bape X Adidas
Mm-hmm.
of Superstars that was released. So they've got Adidas stripes down one side and the Bape insignia
Okay.
down the other side. Very cool. But they sent me the wrong size. So I had to get another pair and I managed to sort that out. And then there was a drop of Jordan 4s in a raffle and I managed to get those. And there was one other pair, just a standard pair of Bapes as well.
you're very lucky, aren't you, a trainer?
Well, I'm okay at it, except to say I must start wearing them.
100%.
Because they sit in display cases and
And what you just...
Well, I'm starting to think it's a bit stupid now because I'm running out of display cases. And I do sit there thinking, it's a gorgeous pair of trainers. And I don't sneakers, and I don't necessarily wear them. The Mad Watch Collector says, need toys, never grow up. Every time I find something random on TikTok, I send it to Russell because what was that one I sent you yesterday?
Seen it.
No, there was a full-size screen with Nintendo arms that came out to reveal the game controllers, but it was like 16 foot across. Or if we find something that's very much from one of the old films, then yeah, we're all sort of playing with that. Yeah, never grow up. No point. Back to the on topic tonight, and I don't mean this.
Every time, actually.
Paul,
I'm just
I have
laughing
to
more at
say,
Spencer.
in a-
He's just like that.
I don't know if it's called a 10-gallon or a 20-gallon hat, but Paul, you and Narf look good. And Spencer, as Miss Ellie, you look fantastic.
Look, with
Don't
your
you
blonde
think?
hair.
The only person who actually properly looks decent in there is Nico. Because a beard and long hair really suits him, doesn't it?
Yeah, Roman looks sort of.
Roman looks all right.
Yeah.
He's Bobby Ewing. He was the heartthrob, wasn't he? And Tim, well, yeah, Tim's got nice boobs. Right. For me, this is the ultimate iconic Rolex.
Interesting.
Because I think a presidential
president.
day date is everything probably when you were a child.
What year is that piece out of interest?
You're asking me. It's your stock.
No, I know, but I don't know the model number of what you got. Is it?
That's a great
I think
question.
that's a new.
Oh, that's the newer one. No, why I say that, Gab, because the iconic one is, again, if you go back over years, I feel 36mm.
Right.
Look,
Yeah. So I think that's the big newer one.
Yeah. Oh, someone's asking who is the guy with the glasses. Are you talking about this? Yeah, that would be the disappointing fella. What's his name?
Yeah.
Ocean.
The
or something.
guy who traps a lot of stuff.
Yeah, no, he's a nice fella. But anyway, we'll get back to the watch. For me, I just feel like
But with that dial colour, if
Yeah.
you could pick, that would
it's
be
not.
the
It's
one
not
that
a
you'd
question
pick.
if I could pick.
Oh.
I just think as an iconic watch, if I was winding myself back to the 70s, if you saw someone who was very wealthy who drove a
have
Rolls
that
Royce,
in the 70s. That's what I was trying to pick you up on.
sorry,
That stayed 840.
no, but what do you mean?
It's 40mm.
Well, I'm not talking about this. I'm just talking about as a
Okay,
what?
the
As a
iconic.
gold
Yeah,
as a
yeah,
gold
yeah.
day date.
Kate.
I can only pick what's in the drawer,
Okay.
Spencer.
Sorry, what we sold out of 30
Yeah.
mils.
In 1956, these came around. What I'm saying is, yeah, when I was 7, and the wealthiest person that I've ever probably come across
Well, it was the
drove a
president,
Rolls Royce and had one
a
of
day
these,
date.
and it was really
Yeah.
really cool. And now kids with Lamborghinis have these, don't they? But everything's on tick.
And women have them as well.
Everybody's paying off for them, aren't they?
Yeah.
Bit like your mate.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know. Yeah. That
Given
one.
the opportunity.
Given the opportunity without telling you, obviously that it was never
course.
paying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's a nicer way to do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody. No.
100.
I mean, if anybody wanted the truth, they just ask you, right?
Correct.
No point
And
in
I'll
asking
tell them.
anybody else.
No.
No, exactly.
We
Oh,
don't
by
have
the
to
way-
spend. I don't have to be here till 3 in the morning to explain.
No,
it.
of course you don't. Of course you don't. No, that's the way to do it, isn't it? So for me, yeah, that's really kind of iconic. And as we do in our unboxings, Kelly, I do really like yellow
Yeah,
gold.
you do, don't you? I've realised
Yeah.
that actually the more unboxings
More
we
so
do.
than
Yeah.
Rose in the day dates.
Yeah.
What's going on, Gav?
Yeah,
No,
what is
it's
going
all, it's
on?
all lovely. Ivor says that's the cartel boss Rolex. You're in the cartel, Spencer, aren't you?
Cartel.
I've seen it all over the internet.
Oh.
You're part of this
I didn't know
cartel.
that.
Yeah.
Apparently so.
I sit next to someone
apparently.
part of the cartel.
Yeah, no, sorry, it's proper mafia. Yeah.
Look, one day Tim Wright will explain to me about the cartel.
Yeah.
One day. I mean, I don't get it, but one day.
I don't know, it's a bloody nice reference,
nice
isn't
title.
it? I don't think you've ever had such a senior position.
No.
I was trying
Haven't
to think.
paid a penny for it either.
You've done well. I was trying to think if this was one of those like great gangster movies, you know, with all the gangster bosses in. You're basically
Spencer would be the only cartel boss to be a cartel
think
boss
this will
without
be
doing
look-
anything wrong.
This
He's
will be
Joe
looked
Pesci.
back over the years, the cartel.
Yeah, you're Joe Pesci. What was that? What was that film he was in? That's nice, isn't it? James, pop the camera on me. Yeah, suits me, doesn't it?
Yeah, you
Can I
gotta
keep it?
keep that.
Finders
Yeah.
keepers.
Yeah, fine.
Lovely.
No, if you just take it.
Wow. Oh, it's a bit stuck, Spence. No,
You
just
have
come
to
on.
wear it.
Yeah, keep it. Spencer,
Yeah.
I might be buying a watch off you soon.
Go on.
Yep. How are prices?
Price is quite
Steadying?
steady. It's steady.
I see lots of videos out on YouTube from other people now talking about sort of, you know, what's going on in the watch world. Settled, steady, and easy as she goes.
Yeah. I mean, we're a month away now. Oh, bless you. We're a month away, aren't we? We've got the new announcements, all being well.
Yes.
5 weeks' time.
It is exciting, isn't it? And everybody's having a good... Yeah, just in time for the launch, Spencer. I'm not being funny. They could do watches and wonders at BQ. BQHQ.
Quite
Save us
possibly.
all slapping over to Geneva, wouldn't it? Yeah.
You never know. Maybe next year they may
Maybe
do it.
next
with us.
year.
Well, offer up the...
You know something, Kaylee? Put that on the list. Let's write to Rolex tomorrow. Ask if they want to do
Yeah.
watches and wonders in WD7 7MP.
Yeah.
Yes.
Matt H has
No.
made the best comment.
Yeah.
Sorry, the cartel, more like the anthill mob. It's Spencer. Sorry? Put it up on the screen.
Sure.
Yeah. Bezel looks a bit off, to be honest. Oh, yes, absolutely. Hey, Spence, you're known for dodgy bezels, apparently.
Yes.
But what happens when you get dodgy bezels, Spencer?
Do you know something, Gav? I've explained this. You know, when dealing with pre-owned watches,
Yes.
and we've handled over 50,000,
Yes.
it's not that you might have an issue, it's how you deal with it.
Yes.
So when someone points something out they're not happy with,
Yeah.
and they send it in on the 14th of November, and it's shipped out on the 16th of November, and it's resolved.
That's quite precise. You might be talking about a certain watch.
If everyone wrote about every issue, or that something was slightly off, or could you look at this, or a little mark on the dial, some watches we sell are 30, 40 years old, some are 2 years old.
Yeah.
But they come in, the watch was turned around within 48 hours.
So the watch went back to this person within 48
No,
hours?
it went back to be checked by a further watchmaker.
Yeah.
And it was all signed off, but we still have to discuss
Fantastic.
it.
Yeah, we're still
Amazing.
And apparently it might have been that it was recut or there was a mark on it, but nonetheless. But
What did you
what's
do, Spence? You sorted it, no?
I sorted it, 48
No
hours.
issues.
No
Done.
issues. But you know what's incredible? The owner of the watch had the watch for 12 months and had no issue.
Oh, so you didn't know about it for 12 months?
No.
Oh, no, 12 months, it was
Nothing.
fine. But then apparently it gone to Rolex and they mentioned that there was a mark
On
or
this
something.
certain watch?
On the certain watch.
Oh, yeah.
So it came back, 48 hours. It was shipped out. It then went to
I
another
think-
watchmaker.
Did you not also get a thank you?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
thank you.
Oh, you got a thank you for being so helpful.
Yeah.
And for the quick turnaround.
And for a quick turnaround.
Yeah.
Yes. But then
Amazing.
I get that have issues and sell watches with dodgy bezels.
Yeah.
But to be fair...
That's why we're opening the
That
showroom,
doesn't
no?
create views, does it? And we got no one to shout out to because we've only got 4,000 of our or 5,000 of our friends who like our channel. So
Yeah.
nobody really cares
No.
about us, do they? Paul says he's going to sell memberships to the cartel.
That's not
Going to
bad
make
idea.
cartel cards.
Interesting.
Boss levels, you should absolutely have a cartel membership because that's a great icon. Boss levels, I love that. It's brilliant, fantastic. Yeah, Spence, cartel, amazing, loved it all. Watches and wonders, we're very much looking forward to that, aren't we?
Yeah.
I've seen lots and lots of guesses about what's going on. I think we've sort of finished the guessing game now, haven't we?
It's gone a bit well. There's things the whole time.
Interesting. I saw that Paul did a video the other day about basically what we did last week, which we got from Heavenly Mark, about the sort of
The GMTs.
the GMTs and
the
potentially
right-handed.
the left-handed Batman coming and perhaps a left-handed Pepsi. And I think that's going to get a little bit more coverage as we come into it. I think it's definitely, yeah.
It'll be very
all
exciting.
all that's
I'm
going
excited.
on. Exactly.
But what you got to remember is, if you think back over the years, Rolex are very careful and very calculating. Remember when the Batgirl came out, they discontinued the Batman,
Yeah.
and you can only get the Batman,
From the old 1167.
the older model. So they don't bring loads of choices. So I think some will get struck off, and you'll have some new ones come out.
Yeah.
But there's not loads
I'd
coming
like
out.
to see my Milgauss Blue discontinued.
I actually
I'd like to have Sonic in my collection going up.
think it might.
Could do.
Someone else
It's a
mentioned
1-1
to me-
number.
Yeah,
What we always speak about, isn't it?
The reference is too old. And someone else mentioned to me about having a green dial on a Milgauss.
A green dial.
Green dial, not glass.
Yeah.
A dial.
That could be cool. I've just realised you've missed a total trick here, Spencer.
Go on.
The mouse mats.
Why?
You need to have BQ Cartel on there. We should have branded hoodies now. And by the way,
Yeah, not
if,
BQ
if you're
watches.
Cartel, what does that make us? What are like the underlings? Do we get a title?
Do you know what it's a bit like?
We're like henchmen or something.
Not Breaking
What are
Bad.
we?
What's the other
Men
one?
of Mayhem.
No.
What?
Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of
That's it.
Men of Mayhem. That's what I just said.
Yeah.
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 I'm watching Sons of Anarchy at the moment with Vicky.
Really?
Yeah, we started at season 1 about
Man, you've
9
seen
weeks
that?
ago. Oh, it's incredible. Jack
Fantastic.
Teller.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I love
great.
that. Once Cartel, always Cartel.
Always, by blood.
100%. How do you make your way up the cartel hierarchy?
Yes, but how did you do that?
Yeah.
Because you are
You
top
just-
dog of
Where-
it.
yeah,
You just
joking
fall
apart,
into it.
Where do you sit in this cartel?
Seems to be at the top.
Are you at the
Top dog.
Yeah, I think so.
Roman won't be very happy
I
about
think
that
so.
because I heard last night on someone's
Ro-
stream he's the head of the cartel.
I think possibly Roman is.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think? Hoodies? What should we do? Beanie hats?
No, what just about like a cap that says BQ
No, I think it's hoodies.
cartel.
I think it's hoodies.
But it's not a BQ cartel, is it?
Oh,
It's
just
a
the
cartel.
cartel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul, in fact, I think that should be the title of this film you want to make, The Cartel. Yeah. Be good, that one. You're the runners. Oh, we're the runners. Paul Thorpe says Sons of Anadin. That's about right as well. I
Son's
thought,
a Nurofen.
that's the funniest thing I've read since yesterday on one of your streams. I'm done with the show, by the way.
Yeah, done.
Yeah.
Should we just chat some more shit for about the next 20 minutes and just take it
100%.
all the way through till 9 o'clock?
Sure.
Or we can go and play cards early tonight. What do you think?
Yeah, Love Island's on also.
Guys, I don't think any of you actually put in the comments what your favourite ultimate Rolex icon is, but do pop it in. The best comment, Paul Thorpe, the Hells Angels do cards, say you have met the Hells Angels. You should do those cards. That's a great idea. I think Tim says Roman is definitely at the top. Yes, he probably is. He thinks you need to step up your game.
No, I'm
Who?
happy.
You're very happy.
I'm
aren't
happy
you?
with Roman. to
We'll
be at
just
the
do the
top.
comedy, won't we?
Yeah. that's
And
the
when we
best
get
thing.
bored, we can just watch an episode of... Seriously, I would probably do Nico. He's very sexy in that blue outfit. And look how slim he is. Look how slim I've made
That
him.
is so funny.
Tim,
Yeah,
even you
he'd be
don't look
happy
so
with
bad
that.
with your glasses on.
He'd be happy with that.
Yeah. But Paul's face is a picture, isn't it?
He's like, hiya.
Yeah. Do you notice how I made Roman look good? Because I don't want to be in trouble with the head of the cartel.
You
Yeah,
should have put
exactly.
head of the cartel.
I should have done. In fact, really, he should have been where
Paul is.
Yeah, he should have been where Jock Ewing is. To be perfectly honest, I used to. Yeah, you're right. You're coughing right into the microphone. Are you having a lovely time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Dodger says we want cartel baseball caps. I might make it a thing. And in fact, I'm going to get some cartel merch knocked up. If you want to win some cartel merch,
Well, Nico's very good on it.
Yeah.
We'll have to speak with him about.
drop in the comments why you think you should win some cartel merch, and I'm going to give some away on next week's show. I'll have it knocked up by next week.
Yeah.
I'm really resourceful. So
Okay.
for next week, I'm going to have cartel merch, and I'm also going to have my AI video talking all about the history of Rolex without me doing a thing.
Okay.
Yeah?
Going back to 53 or 54, what do you think?
Well, I'm going to put it in. I
See
might,
what
I might
comes
actually
up with.
say what's the correct
Paul
year.
can have a head start and start on it now.
What, be done by
Yeah.
2025? Wowza. Okay. What else is new, Spence? Come on. Whilst I'm like having a
What,
lovely time.
In between last night's stream, selling watches, building an office, watches and wonders.
Yep.
Plenty going on.
Loads.
What about you, Kaylee? What's going on in your life? What do you want to share with us tonight?
Nothing.
We covered Chris
Why?
Brown last week, didn't we?
Yep, go and see Chris Brown in 4 weeks' time.
Okay.
What
weeks
about
today.
the swatch? What's going on there?
Yeah, well, that's what I've had this on all day.
I saw that earlier, actually. I really like that one. It's very nice and pretty.
It is, isn't it?
Ah,
Yeah.
pretty one. What's that one called?
Yeah.
Is that Uranus?
Yeah. No.
Not yours, James.
No, it's not. Because I've done that 52-year-old moment where it's totally gone out my head.
Oh, you've also
It's
losing
literally
it.
totally gone out my head. And
Okay, great.
yeah, I'm going to say totally forgotten.
That's okay.
Done really, really well until I look at the back and I go, Pluto.
Let's have a look. Yeah.
Stick it on, Spence. You might fall in love with it. It's 218 quid. I can get you one.
What, these are
You'd all be good. Well, to you, it's 500. But to anybody
Fine,
else,
take
it's
one. I'll
218
take one.
quid. You take one at 500? Wow.
They're still going over, you know, Gav.
Valencia 77. Spencer's new catchphrase, if you haven't dealt with the cartel, why the flock not? Exactly.
I do like that.
Cartels as
It's
non-existent as Tottenham's trophy cabinet. You're absolutely right, Ben. I'd 100% back that. Brilliant.
It's nice,
Yeah.
though.
Guys, if you haven't been on and you didn't know there was some amazing live stream last night, I would encourage you all to go and watch Paul Thorpe's channel and check out that fabulous video. Paul tries to set the record straight on a few home truths.
And
Thought he did quite a nice job.
yes.
Yeah, and there was someone on there who was a bit disappointing.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Right, Kaylee, before we do anything else, we need to have a look at this young man.
Hey guys, welcome back to the program. I'm here at BQ Watches and I've raided the safe and there's no alarm, but I am on CCTV and I think Spencer's gonna have a heart attack. But I've also brought in the D-Time quality control glasses, Step certified watchmaker glasses, you'll be glad to know. So I will be doing intense quality control. I'll be looking at every smudge, every scratch on the watch to make sure the pieces that I raid for this auction are going to be absolutely immaculate. So, Gavin, let's have a look what we have. Let's get straight to the good stuff here. Maybe let's have a look at some Rolexes. Let's have a look here. What have we got here? This is one of my favourite, the ice blue. This is sexual, this one. This is orgasmic, guys. This is orgasmic. And I want to give you guys great value. Let's have a look at picture. We've got the Air King here. We've got some of the Air King Bloodhounds. It's the discontinued model. How about let's go for...
Go new.
Let's go new, yeah?
Yeah, D.
Let's go new. Look, with the new 05, balances the dial out even better.
What year is that, 2022?
This is a 2022.
Perfect.
This is brand new release.
Let's see if we can get also 0 reserve on that.
Yeah, we can get a 0 reserve on that, Gavin. My God, I think Spencer's going to have a heart attack. Let's have a look
People
at some
will love that.
Rolex. So Gavin, leave it with me. I've got to find 30 watches for the auction. The auction's going to take place on the 13th of March. So I'm going to just go through everything, right? Leave it with me. I'm going to get these watches. I'm going to try find some really good value pieces. So you guys find value. That's what I'm all about. I like to find value. So I want to find a few pieces that I know that the punters are going to be happy with. They're going to go for good prices. So guys, leave it with me and I'll see you on the 13th of March.
Yep,
what's he-
Monday, the 13th
I
of
was out
March.
for like
Time
an
to
hour
take
day.
your pants down again, Spencer, because you're not going to be there. By the way, love the comment that D would make a Bond baddie. Yes, Mr. Bond. Yeah, we're loving having D in the office. It's been fantastic.
So he's like taking over. He's all over the vault.
Well, basically what's
explain.
happened today is that D and I have gone into the vault. D's picked out 30 top watches to stick in the next auction. Kaylee, we're going to be working with you, aren't we, to set the
Yep.
no...
So
bar
some
very
will
low.
have-
Some
No.
will have reserves.
Well, we're going to have a chat with you about that. D would like no reserves.
Great.
course you would.
I'd like to have a job.
Okay, so we'll talk about
So
yeah. Did you notice that D was taking very great care with his glasses to check
Yeah, they're
something
really
on the watches?
good. You can really,
They're
you
really
can see the
cool.
bezels,
Well,
the dials.
did you see he was looking at the bezels because apparently you're now
Yeah,
the
we're known
embezzler.
for that, yeah.
yeah,
Embezzler.
you're known for that. You're known for your bezels. Very disappointing. But no, he left his D. You left your glasses, mate. You left them
Well,
behind.
at least there's some profit in the day. We'll keep them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to do that.
no.
Don't want to get done for any other sort of,
Yeah.
any other silly things. But Monday the 13th of March, we're going to be doing an auction.
So that's
We are.
3 weeks today.
Kaylee is absolutely furious about the whole thing. Tell us why, Kaylee.
Because it's the Love Island final.
So
you
it's
can
like
record it
it's
and watch it the following day.
it's a little toss-up, isn't it?
You having some sort of laugh?
It's fine. Can't be that important.
I'm proud to say I've never watched one episode of
Why?
Love
What
Island.
time's it
Wait.
finish on the 13th?
It starts at 9.
Oh, you won't be home for that.
You'll be home for like 9:30.
You'll be home for well. Let's put
I'll record it.
just put it on catch up.
I haven't got catch up.
What? Oh,
Gav, you can do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have
Or
to
just
do
put it on the screen and then I'll run home.
Wolfbright says the ultimate iconic Rolex would be the Submariner white gold blue dial bezel Smurf, reference 116619.
And who loves
on
that
an
watch?
oyster bracelet, pure class.
Who loves that watch?
You love that watch.
What other bracelets does it come on?
Stop.
Hang
If
on.
you love that
What
watch,
other-
why didn't you bring it
Because
in?
there's so many, but I went for iconic. What the piece that I've sold the most of? That's what I looked at.
Crossy
on
Boy
Iconic.
says, no longer will people say, where were you when JFK was shot? They'll say, where were you when Paul and Sheen's live stream went down? That's so true, isn't
Did
it?
it go
What,
down?
Sunday the 19th
As
of
in when it
February,
went down.
Oh.
Not when it went down.
2023.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow.
I was actually asleep.
246 people in the chat tonight. That's a quarter, less than a quarter of what Paul had last night.
Wow.
For a bit of
How many people were in pools last night?
Over 1,000.
Over 1,000. Do you know what they were watching? Yep, they were all watching last night's episode of Dallas.
Wow.
Thorpe, admit it, I made you look really good in that. Come on, I did. I really did. Yeah, kind of done. Should we go to Celebrity Watch?
I love Celebrity.
Right, Kaylee, you picked out some crackers today.
Yeah, I just thought, you
I
know
mean-
what?
By the way, can I just interrupt there? Do you know who's making it a Jacob for someone? This thought.
Who's making a Jacob for someone? Jacob are making a Jacob for
watch
someone.
for Paul.
Shut up.
They are. Paul put in the comments they want to name a watch after Paul.
Well, I know producer Michael's got one.
No.
And like Pharrell's got one, and all
They
sorts
want
of famous
a
people.
Paul Thorpe.
They want a Paul Thorpe
Yeah.
Jacob.
Yeah, it's going to be orange.
It's going to be orange or lime green. Yeah, with white
It
teeth.
might even have cartel on the watch.
Yeah, should have the cartel watch. Should have a Godfather watch. Wow. Jacob & Co. What is this, Kaylee?
So this is a Jacob & Co. Billionaire
Yes.
factory set with 313 emerald cut diamonds.
That make up the case. Bezel and bracelet and 12 baguette cut diamonds. Sorry, the list price is how much?
14.6 million.
Jesus Christ.
Million!
And it's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. It looks like
It
a
looks
girl's
like a
watch.
chandelier.
It looks terrible.
Of course, he's got it on.
Right, yeah. Amazeballs. And I would imagine this is going to be... You can't put a price on this, can you?
No, there's no
Spence,
price.
you want to have a guess?
80 grand.
80. It's gone down with the market.
And I'm not sure I'll buy it.
No.
Why?
No. You'd pass on that. I mean, it's got to be priceless. Yeah, priceless. Of course it's priceless. Number 2, what have we got, Kaylee?
Oh, look, it's my friend,
Who?
Chris Brown.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that's what he looks like.
So-
He's got red hair.
Yeah, he dyed it. So 3 of us from work are going, okay?
To where?
Just to go see Chris Brown.
Oh, okay.
Every show, he brings someone up onto the stage to sit on a chair while he, let's say in a nice way, just dances with them.
Kaylee, we did this last week.
No.
I said if
We're
you
like
were
all
pulled
prepared.
up...
Oh, yeah, we've all changed our mind now.
Oh, you all want to get up and
Yeah,
get on Chris
100%.
Brown.
Just think you only live once.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
And what
YOLO.
watch is he wearing? That one?
Yeah.
What do you think
Pernell?
he'll wear?
Yeah, probably that. Or maybe.
That world famous watch, Pernell. So that's an Escape Primo Tourbillon set with 304 brilliant cut diamonds. You've really gone for the bling, bling, bling.
Yeah, I thought, you know what?
And 12... No. This is the... No, it is, right. And 12 baguette cut rainbow sapphire hour markers.
Yeah, look at the
limited to
top.
8 pieces. List price, 355k. Spence?
360. I've just no idea.
I mean, that could be...
I've
That
no
could
idea with
literally be
these sort of
120 grand, couldn't it? Because who else is going to buy one?
Go on.
Go on. What is it, James?
Wow.
£853,000.
Yeah.
Jeez, I'm not sure what I'd rather have instead of that, but it's a lot. Wow. Celeb number 3, what have we got, Kaylee?
Oh, look. He was at Man City.
He was, wasn't he?
Yep, my team. With Jack Grealish. So this is the Yachtmaster 42 Oysterflex 226659. List is 25,650.
Gav, you're going to be disappointed at this.
I'm not going to be disappointed.
You will be.
I won't be disappointed.
Go on.
I'm not going to be disappointed.
Because it's going to prove you right.
I'm going to go lower. I'm going to say this is below
You've been
list.
tipped off.
Oh, it's just popped up before we've even had a chance, James. James, you shot your
Yeah,
load, mate.
these are sort of becoming available now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also because since the list price on them has gone up, I mean, it's jumped quite a lot
Yes.
over the last few months. The market just hasn't really caught up with it at the minute.
Yep.
The yellow gold one is different. The yellow gold
just
one
won't
is
pay
still...
the overs what people think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it does seem to be the case now with a few sort of Rolex models, doesn't it? There's a few that seem to be sort of list. You're paying below list.
Because of the availability.
Yeah,
There's
it's
more
coming
on the
through now,
market
isn't it?
than people need the watch.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
also, it seems like the second, like the market hasn't caught up with. Obviously, they've had like price increase,
Yes,
like
they
list
have.
price. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 3, and it's been quite close together.
So instead of the market jumping on that, the market
Yeah.
stood where it was in the
Yeah.
grey and all things
Yeah,
starting to
exactly.
catch up. Except for the watches people particularly want, and they're not.
Yeah, I mean,
So if
listen,
you
a
wanted an
GMT
oyster-
doesn't matter. Still,
Yeah, an Oyster Perpetual, for example, just like a 36 mil, I think
Yeah.
are becoming a little bit more readily available.
yeah, exactly. Like Date Just, do you know what I mean?
Date
They're
Just.
still
Yeah.
becoming available
Well,
more.
it's going to be very interesting what happens now because you've got all these zillions of people who stuck their names down through the whole of lockdown thinking there was a quick buck to be made.
I know.
And I would imagine these poor ADs who've got a list as long as your arm is now realising the list isn't as long as they thought.
Yeah, unless it's obviously like,
And there could be a bit of window stock coming back
yeah,
eventually,
Yeah.
but not for...
us.
Yeah. We just have to wait to see with some of these.
Yeah.
But still, desirable pieces, unusual dials are still,
Yeah.
people are still after them.
Lawrence Fahy's asking me, Gav, do you like the Zeit work? I do indeed. I really do, yes. Absolutely gorgeous watch. Interestingly enough, though, if you look at something like Pateks they're not going anywhere, are they?
They're still doing that.
I mean, the big pieces have come down and definitely come off
Still
the
the
absolute
Aquanauts,
highs.
Of course, but
Nautiluses.
they're
Yeah.
not trading.
No.
No,
But
they're
like,
still
you know what I mean?
hard to get. They're still a premium, but not as high a premium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As first.
Minjita says, won't be long. I just said that as well.
Okay.
Minjita, I got suckered into that. Anyway, don't worry about it, Kaylee. And by the way, Minjita, if that's your real name, I'm sorry for saying that I thought I said Minjita, but as soon as I read it, I realised that, sorry, Kaylee, there you go. Won't be too long before Rolex are begging customers,
really
not customers
funny.
begging Rolex. Absolutely right. Wow.
really
Paul
funny.
Too Good. What do you think of the Daytona 116519, Spencer?
The
What
white
dial?
gold. What dial?
Yeah.
What dial on that?
What dial
There's
on that?
blue,
Spencer's
there's
asking?
silver, number of
519.
the Oysterflex one.
Yeah.
So what?
Lucky you're in watches, Spence.
Correct.
Eh?
Correct.
Just don't ask him about bezels. Just don't ask him about bezels, for sake.
Did we get an answer on the dial? What dial? Option
No, he's
on
not
that?
come
Is
through.
it
Paul,
like the steel and black one,
just
the
let
black
us,
diamond?
Paul, let us know, Paul, and we'll answer that. Yeah. Grey dial.
Meteor. Oh, so
Yeah,
the
the
steel
grey,
and black
yeah.
one.
Beautiful.
The elephant.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a name now as well.
Yeah, it's called the
Yeah.
elephant.
Calling the elephant.
Yeah.
Perfect. Right. Last thing before we actually all pop off is just finally time for this. Spencer, for everyone, what's your one and done Rolex?
I've announced it already.
You have, haven't you?
Sub.
And I'm going to agree with you.
Really?
Submariner date. Yeah, it is probably a one and done, isn't it? You don't have to aspire to have soft metals or anything
No.
like that.
Yeah.
You're there for the rest of life, absolutely. Margin calls asking, Spencer, what's your opinion on the RM6701 diamond medium set ultimate flex piece?
I just don't know enough about them. We don't really handle that much.
Don't handle Richard Mills
RMs.
at all.
We just don't.
Yeah.
You know?
Or
So I
is
really
everybody-
have to look up on each one. But
Yeah.
just fortunes. Just too much. It's a lot of money in a watch.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100.
Dr. Mixcoe, will my AD ever phone me or did they put my details in the bin?
No, they will phone
You-
you. at
you'll have
some
to
point.
ask
I
them.
have a funny feeling they will be calling you very, very shortly for whatever watches you've got put down because,
Yeah. There's a very good chance.
yep. Let's have a look. Gotham says ceramic Daytona or Pepsi?
Daytona.
Probably Pepsi.
I'm Pepsi as well. I'm definitely Pepsi.
Interesting.
Show something. I've worn a lot of watches. I haven't actually worn a Daytona for years.
Have you not?
No.
Maybe it's time.
I really
I know someone who
haven't.
can get you one.
I haven't.
Okay. Artist Curation. If you were gifted a Rolex, is there one model you would be like, thanks?
Well, I'll tell you what. Test me out and I'll give you the answer.
Mine, even though I do like it, but if someone gave me it, it would probably be a siege Rolex. It would feel too big on me.
Yeah.
But I like it. But if somebody gave it to me personally,
Yeah.
I just wouldn't wear it
I'll
because it's
find-
quite big.
I'll find. Well, what about Deep Sea Challenge?
That's what I'm
then?
saying. So it's a
You
lovely
just part
piece.
exchange it.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. I'd probably be with maybe just like a silver-faced OP or something. I think it was a bit like,
Yeah,
I'd rather actually wear a Tudor.
Yeah.
Question number 5 from Tufty 1990. If you could wind the clock back 13 years, what would you advise Rolex to do differently?
This one's on you, Spence.
Come on, Spencer.
There's not enough time on the channel. There's not enough time. The first thing I would have told them, don't get rid of the lost and stolen.
Yep.
I would have got a registration for each watch, a certificate of registering like you'd have with land registry for a house,
Yep.
DVLA for a car. Fortunes, I feel, could have been made doing that. Registering each watch.
Yep. In
And
fact,
change of ownership. It would
does-
give it more of
does
a-
seem so sensible because it's such a valuable asset to have.
Yeah.
It's more than there's a lot of cars that are cheaper than watches, without question. And didn't DVLA used to charge you? Did they charge at one point
For what?
changing owners? You could definitely charge for it.
What, for re-registering?
Yeah.
Or what? Yeah, I think if you've got proof of where it's come from, it's a valuable service. But in terms of anything else, that I would change. Probably not, because they do their own thing. Yeah. We've got a super chat, $1.99. Thoughts on tax avoidance through Northern Ireland?
No idea.
Don't know anything
sorry.
about it.
Not really involved.
Pay taxes in the UK.
No idea.
No. Yeah, I don't think Rolex should change anything. I think they just have their own grand plan, don't they? And as long as they keep sponsoring,
They just
all
do
the
what
golf,
they want to do.
It's, and Wimbledon. Are you seeing more Rolex models being offered to you that you are paying below list for?
Yes.
Yes.
In particular, any in particular models that sort of now in
Certain date
abundance?
just.
But also, I would say, if I'm honest, it is mainly yacht masters. Do you not think? Like
Yeah.
the steel and rose ones, or even just the steel ones, and obviously that one on the Oyster Flex as well. Compared to what they are at list, they're just not selling over that at the minute.
And Oyster Flex Sky Dwellers.
Oh my!
Oyster Flex Sky Dwellers as well.
Readily
They're selling
available.
like
Readily available.
Do you know what? Actually, today we've already had 4 calls of someone that's picked, like of 4 different people that have been offered it from the
Readily
AD.
available.
Amazing, isn't it, really? Wow, I mean, just how things have changed in
Yeah.
such a short space. Having said that, they went bananas in a short space of time.
Yep.
So for it to come back to a market that you would appreciate and understand, because that's where you were,
Yeah.
a number of years ago with everything there.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll ever get to discounts on gold again, Spencer? 30% off list?
25.
Is it 25?
I think we used to get 30 and give away 25.
Right.
But yeah. 10% off of sports.
Nothing's
Imagine that.
10% off of sports.
Imagine I could say you a Submariner date for like £8,000.
I saw in our Rolex group actually yesterday, I actually was going to call you, that someone was offering a Batman brand new for 11 grand. And I thought to myself, either that's a scammer, because it sounded a little bit too,
That's
still a little bit too cheap.
That's a little bit too cheap.
Yeah, a little
in my
bit too
opinion.
cheap.
Yeah.
So you've got to be,
Yeah.
got to be careful for that. What is your favourite Rolex of all time? If you could have any Rolex of all time, what would you have? I know what mine is.
Yours is the Coke.
No, of all time. Of all time.
Oh, the Steve McQueen.
Of all time.
I would say
has
the
them?
GMT 6542.
The GMT 6542.
Oh, what you have?
That's the Bakelite bezel.
Oh.
That's a stunner. I'd just go for top dollar. I'd have one of these.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, that for me, a Paul Newman Daytona.
You find it small,
1969.
though. You would find that small, but yes.
Should I bring some in?
Could do. We've done that before.
We have.
haven't
Shall I bring some in next week?
we? Yeah.
We'll have to do it from the new offices, Spence.
Yeah, that'd be ideal.
Can't take the chance, can we?
Ow.
Oh, sorry, blank. Where am I going? Hold on, I've forgotten where I am now. Favorite. So, Kaylee, for you, what was your favourite of all time?
Just the John Mayer.
The John Mayer. Gotham again. Which will appreciate better in the future, a Pepsi, Kermit, or root beer?
I want to say, and I assume they mean a Starbucks, so they've put 2 new ones in there. So I assume.
Yeah, they didn't
they
say.
mean a
Well, they didn't say
Starbucks.
Kermit, so they have said a Kermit. Go on, Kaylee.
Just because it's discontinued.
So what do you think?
So.
The 16610 LV they mean?
No, I think they mean the 126610 LV. They put a Pepsi, a root beer, and a Kermit.
Here's a
They
great.
all seem quite new.
We've had
to
a
me.
really good question in from
Go on.
Avram Flowers. I think it's why does. Why does no Rolex discussion ever feature the word Cellini? Does anyone actually buy them?
We've got. Do you know what? We've got a stunning Cellini in stock at the minute.
Have you?
Stunning.
Yeah, discount
Rose
offer
gold.
list. Yeah, and they
Chocolate
sell.
dial. Stunning piece.
There you go. We mentioned it in a conversation about Rolex. That's good, isn't it? Where did we get to with this?
Pepsi.
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 Actually, do you know what? I'm changing mine to root beer.
Okay, we'll go with that. Aaron J. Barkley, what is happening to the Rolex market as we are currently living in a crisis?
It's quite steady, and I think as time goes on, it'll recover as prices increase.
Yeah.
You'll have more price. I mean, the cost of raw materials in a lot of different sectors, I look at in building and what we're doing at the moment, just supply and demand, it will just go up because it's just more difficult to get things done and the cost of making things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the bottom line is, in terms of the cost of living crisis and what's happening in the watch market and the read across as well, and we can throw crypto into this as well, is that as we've said all along since we've been doing the show, this is simple supply and demand. There is more supply now than demand, and prices are coming back, and the market establishes its own level.
Yeah.
Despite what the apparent cartel want to do about holding prices, as I've seen all over the place.
It finds its levels.
From silly
I mean,
channels.
I don't know if you've looked lately of dollar and euro. I was quite shocked the other day. I didn't realise where they were.
Without looking, and I haven't looked,
Go
I
on.
don't think, for 3 weeks, I'm going to go $121,
And euro?
113.
You're not far, you're a point off each. When I looked, it was 112 euro,
Yeah.
which I think is
Yeah.
low.
120 or 122.
$120.
120.
Yeah.
So it got up to about 123 a couple of weeks ago. I was
Yeah,
looking. Yeah. Yeah. Spencer's a building materials expert at the moment. He absolutely is.
Jack of all trades.
You can't be an expert. It's just a fortune.
Well, this is a good question. Are they worth it?
Well,
Imagine it's the ultimate iconic Rolexes. Watches. Are they worth it?
But it all depends, no?
is any? Are they worth
Spencer,
it?
you're a watch dealer. I'd say yes if I was you. It's good for business.
I suppose they are then. Yes. Yeah.
If you love watches.
That's what I mean. That's what it all depends. Like
Yeah.
if you love watches, of course they're worth it.
Yeah.
But if you are only into watches because you want to make money, well then to you they're not worth it. They're only worth it to you to make a profit.
Well, they must
right?
be worth it. Look over the years of where levels have gone of what things are.
Yeah. The magician says cartel will bump up the prices. It's not a question of bumping up the prices. The market decides. If people don't want to buy a watch because it's too expensive,
They're not going to buy
or they
it.
don't want to sell them because it's... No, it will be where it's going to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100.
Robert Pasisco says, just got the day date 228238, green lacquer dial. Amazing. That's a stunning
No,
one.
that
the
is
new one.
stunning.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, there's no discount coming on those, is there?
No.
Absolutely stunning. Fisherman Shaw. Spencer, what's your favourite watch to wear if you could only ever choose one to? Should we repeat again?
It's there.
Submariner.
1266.10 without
Submariner.
question.
Yeah. Boss levels, it's worth whatever someone is willing to pay. Absolutely spot on. Well, Spencer, glasses on, please. Glasses on. We've come to the end
In honour of our friend Tim Wright.
of an epic show. Tim, we honour you with a pair of glasses.
Remember, guys, if you haven't dealt with this yet,
Oh, hold on. I don't want you to be
What?
disappointed,
what's that?
about anything.
No, I'm fine. It's fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
Should we not go on 5 hours?
I think
like
they
some
should have
of our
called you the
colleagues?
Bezel King. I think that'd be a good one for you, the Bezel King.
Katie, what do you reckon? Yeah.
This show's been mental.
The Bezel King. I can't see with my glasses on. Go on, Spence. Do the outro,
Guys,
sunshine.
if you haven't dealt with this yet, remember, it's only a matter of time.
See you next week, guys.
Bye.